Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, and the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabak coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the title of my lesson is We Must Have Hope. And hope, I have two definitions, is defined as a strong and steady trust or anchor for the soul, and a confident, sure expectation grounded in Yahweh's character, promises, and faithfulness. So, with that being said, it's a trust or expectation that we must have when it comes to hope. And that's what we must do each and every day. We must be hopeful, hopeful that we're on the right path, hopeful that we're doing what we need to do for Yahweh Shem Shai, hopeful that we're of the elect, because that's what we got to be in order to make it, and that's going to cause us to do what is needed and necessary for us to be on those chariots at the end of this whole thing, and it's a requirement. We must have hope, and our hope is in Yahweh Shem Shai. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my scriptures, and it's not going to be a lengthy lesson, but I pray that it'll be edifying. And once again, my first scripture is Psalms 39:7, and it reads, it says, "And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee." So we have to have our hope in Yahweh Shem Shai, because that's the only one that we can place our hope in. We can't place it in other men. We can't place it in ourselves. We know that Yahweh Shem Shai is in control of everything. He sees all, he knows all, he understands all, and he's in control of it all. So we have to be hopeful that we're meeting his expectations. We have to be hopeful that we're on the right path, and hopeful that we're staying on course as we go through our journey each and every day, that we're running the race in the right direction and not falling out of favor with him, because he, Yahweh Shema, is the only one that matters, not the people that we're surrounded by, not someone else's expectations of our walk, because it is our personal relationship that matters, not what someone else sees or how they think we should go about it. It's what Yahweh Shema desires of us, and that we hear from him, and that we do what he is expecting of us to do each and every day. We're flawed as men. We're flawed as people on this earth, but Yahweh Shem Shai is not. So we have to make sure that we're placing our hope in him. Jeremiah 17:7 reads, it says, "Blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is." So we're placing our hope, we're placing our trust, we're confident that, that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to steer us in the right direction, as long as we're doing what he is required of us, as long as we're doing our part. We know that if we're doing those things, we're hopeful, we can place our hope in that, and not have any worry, doubt, or fear while doing so. So it says blessed, and we want to be that, of that number that is blessed, because we want to meet those requirements. We want to meet those expectations of Yahweh Shem Shai in order for him to continue to deal with us, in order for us to be hopeful each and every day. We know that if we're not doing the right things, if we're constantly out of order, if we're constantly doing things contrary to the world, to the word, Salakia, how can we be hopeful that we're of the elect? We have to meet his expectations as well, because he's going to meet ours. It's not a doubt. It's not a conflict in our mind that he's going to meet ours. We just have to meet his expectations of us in order for us to be hopeful that we're of the elect. And that's what I'm talking about when I say hopeful as well. But we're always hopeful that we're in that number, hopeful and wanting to be on the right path, and hopeful that we're doing the right things. But we're also hopeful that we're of the elect when it comes down to it. Mark 9:23 reads, it says, Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. So if you can believe in this truth, believe in this word, what the word says, and what the word has constantly given unto you as you studied, as you meditated on it, as you've gotten wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of it, then all things are made possible. It said anything is possible. And that's not just a statement, it's proven. So we have to make sure that we're falling in line with that and doing what is required of us and believing, because as we believe, then those things that we're hopeful of will be made possible. Romans 8:24-25 reads, it says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. So we're saved by hope. And it's that expectation that what we're doing is the correct thing. It's what we believe in is the right thing. It is what we've grounded ourselves in is the right thing. Because anything that you could see, how can you hope for that? You see it already. So you're not hoping for it. It's already there. But our expectations and the kingdom being in our rightful place, in our rightful body, in our rightful place in our new bodies, everything that we've been working for, having visions and dreams of, desiring those things, we believe those things to be true. And though we can't see it right now, it's not in front of us, we believe it and we're hoping for it. And we're knowing that it's in Yahweh Shem Yahshua's hands, but we have to have the patience because we don't see it right now. We have to have the patience. And that is required of us too, to endure to the end and to not be like you have that sense of urgency of things, but we know right now we might not be in the right state, whether it be state of mind, whether it be state of being right now, and we have things we have to work on. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua has been patient with us this long. So we have to be patient with him as far as Yahweh Shah to come back. So with that being said, we have to put our hope in him. And it's not something that, like I said, you can see, but you're hoping and you're being patient with that hope because you know that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has never failed us and he never will. So we're looking forward to Yahweh Shah coming back. So we're hoping that we're in that number to be beamed up as well. And that brings me to Romans 12:12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. So we're rejoicing in the hopefulness that we have. of everything that is transpiring, everything that is coming through prophecy, through just our individual lives. We're hopeful, and we know that through reading the Bible, through studying, once again through the wisdom and knowledge that we have, that we're rejoicing in that hope. But we're patient as well. Once again, that patience comes into play, because we can't rush Yahweh Shem Yahushua to do anything that we want. We're on his time. We're on his timing, and our understanding is not his understanding. And he knows what he's doing with us. So everyone that is of the elect is going to be ready and prepared when Yahushua comes. And those that, are not, they're going to have their opportunity to get on board, and they're just not going to make it. So Yahushua is just in how he deals with us. And he doesn't just let us, be. He loves us to the point to where he gives us opportunities and chances. And we have those opportunities and chances. But we're hopeful that we're on the right track. And we're going to pray, because it says pray without ceasing. So each and every day we're praying, that we're doing what is required of us, and that we're staying on that right path. And that brings me to my final scripture, which is in Hebrew. And this is a familiar scripture. Everybody should know this by heart. It's Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So that's what faith is. It's the substance of things hoped for. So the things that you hope for, it's the substance of it. That's faith. And we have to have faith, because he said without faith it's impossible to please him. So we have to have that hope. and it's in black and white. It's something that's just standard. It's easy, to follow, but we just make it hard on ourselves, because this world can deceive us, it can distract us, it can confuse us. And that's why we need to stay in this word. We need to stay on the right path of righteousness, and we need to stay locked in. That's why, Yahweh Shem Yahushua says he wants us to be on fire, because if you're on fire for him, then you won't be unbalanced. You won't be distracted. You won't fall off, because your mind will be stayed upon him, and your hope will be in him and not anything of this world. So with that being said, that's the conclusion of my lesson. I pray that all were listening were edified. And as always, I give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And until my next lesson, Shalom.